Hello, boys and girls. So this is our house that we're going to build for a science experiment. We don't have the copy, so we're going to just build it ourselves. We're going to take a plain white piece of paper and have the top and bottoms, the short sides, and that way we can just fold it up and match the corners and the edges and crease down. So now we have a fold in the middle. I would like you to just go ahead and do a dashed line on top of that fold so we can see the middle there. Now we're going to draw a series of lines. If you have your ruler handy, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just kind of sketch it out. We want 2 lines on the paper. We're not going to divide it into thirds or equal sections. We're going to have 2 small sections and a wide section in the middle. So I'm going to kind of go from this dotted line, and I'm seeing about 3 fingers from the edge. So I'm going to mark a little mark here and a little mark there. I'm going to use my ruler. Like I said, you can use your ruler. You can sketch it out, just eyeball it like that. You can even use another piece of paper. If you can't find your ruler, you can use the edge of another piece of paper. So we're going to try to make them as straight up and down as possible. So you can see we have kind of 2 shorter sides or more narrow sides and a larger section in the middle. Oh, I think I drew off a little. That's okay. That's going to be close enough. Then I'm going to make a little rectangle here in the corner, and the same on this side. This is the height of my wall, one of my walls of my house. I'm going to make a dashed line straight across, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to do about the same size square in the bottom corners. Okay, so to be perfect, and then I'm going to do my best to draw that dashed line to connect those, so I can kind of see. If you'd like, you can kind of do this little scribble motion to show that those are the tabs. We're going to keep them on there, but we're not going to see those parts. Okay? So you can kind of see now the base to their house. We have the walls here. We can draw the door here. We can do just some little simple windows. If you want to get fancy, you can. It's just an experiment. I'm going to put windows on here to give me the idea of which is where. This is basically the floor of our house, and these are the sides, the long sides and the short sides. Okay, so we have the base of our house, and we're going to move up here, and we're going to do the roof part. From the corners of where the roof section and the house section starts, I'm just going to have you draw kind of an angled line to the corner of, to the edge of the paper. Okay? You can do it on the other side. Just do your best to get that angle. We're going to have this, it's really kind of a right triangle. We have a right triangle, so we can make a little square in the corners. It's going to be, this is the best we can do. That's okay. As pioneers, we're making it work. So I'm going to come down here to the other side and just finish that. I can actually turn my paper. It might be a little bit easier to get that angle there. Okay? Now, with the original one, it has a dashed line in the middle. Okay. These are tabs to hold it up. I'm seeing that these don't quite match here, so I'm going to mark there and do my best to make that a little bit of a deeper, taller angle. You see that? So you can come in here. There we go. Okay. Now, the next step, we're going to leave this, and we're going to have to trim the top here until we see how large we need. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to first cut right along the middle fold and dashed line here to split the house from the roof. Yep. There we go. I'll set the roof aside for right now. And my house, I'm going to cut in into just the corner. So right here and right here. I'm going to turn it around and cut down from the wall to the right here, that corner there. That line's kind of sketchy. I'm just going to do my best to cut it straight. And now I can fold. So I'm going to flip it over to the face down, the back side, so that when I fold up, I can see that I'm folding right on the line. I'm going to fold my walls up first. There's the sides. And then I can turn it around, and now I can fold this whole row. I'm going to curl it over until I can see, I kind of have to stand up a little bit. I can see that line. I'm going to crease down on it. Okay. And I'll turn around, crease the other line. By the way, you can use this to make boxes. Just, this is a basic pattern in pattern making. There we go. Engineers and makers make patterns all the time because they don't always have the pattern for what they want, right? So they create it. Okay, so I've done my best to fold on all 4 lines, and I have the side of my house is a little tall here. Can you see that? So that's okay because we're gonna use that to kind of fold over and to connect that. So now I'm gonna fold my tab. You see, this is the part where I kind of did that coloring to it, that shading. I'm going to fold it down and crease it. Same thing with the other side. Just so it has that crease to it, that fold line. To the other side here. Remember, you can always pause the video if I'm going too fast. So now, it kind of looks like a box. If you took apart a box from the supermarket, it might look very similar. So these are the long sides of the house, and I'm going to fold it up so that you see these tabs they're meeting each other, and they're overlapping. I'm going to use my glue stick, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on that side so that when I fold it up like this, I can press it and it's going to stay. I'm going to come over here and I just have to put it on the side that's going to overlap just a little bit. And line it up and press it. Okay. So now I have the sides of my house. See that? Now this, on the paper copy, they actually have a dotted line. If it helps you, you can do that. But if I can hold this up, I can see where I just need to fold it over to be the same height as the front and back of the house. So I can just, like I said, so if I want it the other way is I come up here and I make a little mark where that ends and where that meets, and then I can fold it flat. Mrs. Powers forgets. She's been doing stuff like this for a long time. I forget that it can be a little challenging at first, right? But we keep trying. So now I've got my marks there, and then that way it just it folds over a lot easier. Okay. Now I can also put a little strip of glue on that tab, that top part, and so when it folds over, you just whoop, bump it. You fold it over, and it sticks. Okay. To this side, we spin it around. Oh, it's a little longer tab. That's okay. Just run the glue along there, press it in, and we've got the base to our house. Now here's the front, because I can tell with my front door. So we can set that aside, and let's do the roof. All right, here's our roof piece, and I have gone back and checked the original, and this dotted line needs to be solid. So from the top of the triangle, we're actually, I folded this So that line, the solid line, needs to come up from the fold. I'll just make it match up a little better at the top. This is the beauty of being your own maker, right? You can make adjustments. So here's the fold for the roof, and I'm going to do a sketch line to be solid from that point. And I'm just going to straighten out this angle here. Really what these are, a part of this is a tab. So we're going to keep this as a fold line and go ahead and do a dashed line right along here, on the outside here, and kind of outside here, just to let us know we're cutting here, here, and here. Okay? We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm just going to draw a dashed line to remind myself that that's the cut line. That's a pretty standard symbol in directions if there's a dashed line. Or they'll tell you, right? They'll say fold, right? So now we're going to pull our scissors again. And we are going to cut on the outside of the triangle. And actually on this side I have a little bit longer. I'm going to cut straight on that roof line to that corner part. And then I can hold it right here to give myself the strength to cut on that side. And I'll come over here and turn it around. Cut along there. Cut down here. And right on the roof line to the corner. Okay. My little scraps off to the side. Now I'm going to, I can flip it over and fold it up. And actually it helped to have my reminder there, the fold line. And then I'm going to fold it inwards. I'll turn it this way so I can see the straight line of the roof. Okay? So it looks like that. I'll come over here and do the same thing. I'll fold down through the middle and then fold in on the roof line. There we go. So these are tabs. So we're going to put a little dash of glue on those underside and press down so that we can make the roof. In the video that you can watch as well, because once you have it sketched down, it's pretty much the same put together directions. They have you putting little dot stickers. If you have little decorative stickers, you can use those instead, or a little piece of tape. But sometimes we just use what we've got. In this case, I've got glue. So I'm going to put a little there and a little there, not too much. And then I fold it up and then I just crease in there and line up all the folds and the line that overlaps there. And I've got my roof. Now I'm going to bring back the house that we built and I can set it on top. Oops. Okay, this one, I'll tell you, this one I put together from a different paper. This was the paper. They'll line up as long as you made them from the same paper. This one didn't line up because I did two different models for us. So this is the one that was made at the same time, and you can see it fits right on top. Now, follow the directions in the video. They have some ways for you to experiment and get some ideas on how you can keep your roof on in a really strong windstorm. Thank you, scientists. Have a great afternoon.